Hi, I'm Nick Zammuto and I create music.
Thank you for being with us, Nick. Tell me, I never really thought of you as necessarily an expert in the art of touring, so...
I'm not.
But thinking about it, every time that I saw you with your old band, The Books, you were playing somewhat strange venues. So tell me, what's important to you as a music creator about playing in those kinds of venues?
I thought for a while that, The Books was like kind of a museum piece in a way. It was like fairly meditative listening music. And so for a long time we thought that was sort of where we wanted to go, were these alternative spaces where people could focus on the sound of it and all of that. And so we kind of pushed booking in that direction as much as we could. But with the new project, I kind of really want to go the opposite direction, because it turns out the more satisfying shows for us are the ones where people are standing and it's sweaty and nasty and a little scuzzy and just loud. So that's where we're going now.
I know that your brother Mikey is in the new band, right?
Yeah, bass player.
He was a frequent guest and sometimes roadie for you in the Books days.
Yeah, merch guy.
And I think the last tour you did with Black Heart Procession, you had another gentleman who's now playing with you, Zammuto.
Yeah, Gene Back, and again, a sight to behold. He plays guitar and keyboards simultaneously, and also did all these string arrangements on the record. So he's a classically trained violinist, but really a multi-instrumentalist.
It's the fact that you ported those two over to the new project. Does knowing them super well make it easier to live in a band and tour with them?
Yeah, I mean, they're not hired guns. They're really my friends, and we know each other well. And part of the process of making the record is, I have a home studio and just enough guest space to put everyone up. So when we're recording, I have them up kind of individually, and we'll do sessions and just to develop raw material. And then from there, we'll start to build things out so that it's actually all performable.
Are there ever things that happen on the road, just like inter-band difficulties, that you have certain techniques to work out?
On the difficulties on the road?
Whether on stage or in between shows.
We like to have a sound check. That's pretty important to us. And actually, kind of starting anew and opening for Explosions in the Sky, we have to be on top of things just to get our gear on stage and get it plugged together, and then actually getting all the channels working is pretty much takes up all the time we have usually. I really wish we had a female on the road with us sometimes too, because there's only so many ass jokes I can take in a day. But
you think females can't hold down the ass jokes?
I guess it depends on the female. I know a few that can definitely compete on the ass joke front.
Do you think that live music represents something different, or is important for a different reason now than it has been in the past?
Yeah, it's an incredible time for live music. I mean, it really is, and of course you can't make money making records anymore. It's just not feasible. And kind of the middle class of bands is really being wiped out by that because there aren't the labels to support it anymore. So that's a big part of this new project as well, is really working with a band, players. And I think that's kind of a lost art in a lot of ways. Actually, we're putting together a whole body of work now that is designed for the live show, but could never work on a record. And so you have to come to the live show in order to get the full experience. We just finished one track called The Greatest Auto Harp Solo of All Time. That seems to be a crowd pleaser, but it's never going to be on a record, I can tell you that. So you kind of have to come and see it for yourself.